Okay, sorry we took some time to fix a new mic, but I hope that overseas guys, those who are on the handouts can hear us clearly. So just let us know if you can't hear us, and then we will try to fix it if we can. Okay, so can tell me that is good. Okay, so the purpose of today, I think we have two. Talking about the roadmap. Actually, we're talking about the roadmap, previous roadmap cards, and also we gather some roadmap 8 cards here so that we can discuss it or we can brief it on the card so that afterwards you can talk with the related parties separately on that. Okay, so let's go through the previous things, the previous roadmap.
冇熒幕睇喎，有冇 share screen 啊？
哦，我未 share 啊，依家 share 啊。
Thank you。
因為把聲幾好聽。
係幾好聽。Is it okay? Kelvin。Kelvin。
睇到啦，睇到啦。
Okay.
Okay，睇到啦。
Yeah, while talking on that, I want to also have an update on the draft app that you asked me before. Actually, we confirmed that we will go ahead for draft app 2.0, and now we are working on the flow chart of our PMs, and we expected that we will complete it about a week later on, and then we will compare the features with the draft app 2.0 about the UX or something else that we need to point out. And afterward, we will have our QA team to check on the first run rate UAT and see how is it. So I guess maybe it should need a few weeks later on, and once we get into the QA process of the UAT 3.0, I will let you guys know so that you can prepare around the time that we will feedback you any bugs over there. Okay, Kevin?
Okay.
Okay, so back to our roadmap cards. I think I will not go through one by one. PSAT issues should be done, and this card, anything we need to do, because I see Ben is working on that. Let me check on it. It's in that review, so Matthew will work on this, right? We'll further do that review or
Doing the review, it should be okay.
Oh, you are doing the review. Okay. So, okay. Okay, about it then. Then go ahead. It's about the. Hey, check. Is this the Taiwan with WAM things done or not?
Roman 4, right? Hello?
Yes.
You're loud.
Yeah, it's being merged to staging, so we are reviewing it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see this already in front of the team review. Okay, good. So anything left for the classifying function part? Should we know, right? Is it on iOS and Android? Then we can pass it, and I expect that it will be very fast. Is this Kelvin Yang join the call? Oh yes. Okay. Kelvin, anything for the Roman flowers need to follow up?
Actually, there was some part that we have to change the API to include the webhook status update for the waypoint, and then once it's done, then driver app needs to be able to update the status. Yeah, that's the part for the roadmap for.
Yeah, I think we conclude with Dominic before, do this before that we will add one more status update about the waypoint, which is the waypoint status of after the driver press the I arrive button, then the timestamp will also fit to the webhook. It's on station, yeah. Kevin.
Yeah!
Kevin.
Huh?
Yeah. Can you hear what we talk about?
Just great.
Okay, so should be fine, right? How about the statistics shown on the draft app?
Is it William is doing the drill, and then he found some blocks maybe, and then we are the
William's just doing some checking. Jim is
not it's right now because maybe we have found some bugs and we want to fix it. So for the Java app side is doing about the statistics. And I think it's the part.
Well, he said he found something wrong with the stats today.
who is here?
William, but I'm not sure if it's actually wrong. He said like, oh, I made an order and it doesn't show. But then I went to the database and checked the last order request. What that driver was in May, which is 5 months ago.
So who is working on the draft app actually? Is Indian team?
Java app academy.
Yeah.
Take a
I think we go. Oh.
yeah.
Okay. So Kevin, maybe can you help to take a look on that? Is this will affect our?
Well, that's about the server. I think.
Oh, it's about server?
Yeah. Seems like there should be the weighting inside the it should show the weighting, but actually there's nothing on weighting.
Don't we have a different card for that? Because I think in the very beginning of this task, we talked about picking the card between. But where's the card?
I'll create it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Is this will also affect our release of the Java app? It's included, right?
It's part of the server, but I think
Oh yes, okay. It will because next Wednesday we will have release the server.
yeah, the weight I looked on the card and it should show the weightings that which is greater than 3.5. So later on, when William is checking, the found that is missing the weighting.
Okay, anyway, maybe Felix and Don please help to follow on this because it will affect our later release because we set the server release on next Wednesday. Yeah. Okay, so afterward, I guess the China enhancement of address books is working on, and the issue, no, right? All right, and anything about the PDPA? I guess it's not in this release, it should be in the next one, right?
Yeah, so it's still on the data.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Roadmap 6, all about working on, so I guess nothing. Unless you have anything more to raise it, anything? No? Okay, we are working on the schedule to place all these features requests into one-off release. So that means that we accept those roadmap cards that are going to be included in the coming release. So we will arrange all these, for example, the roadmap 6 and 7. Okay. or the other that we have not yet released included into our deployment, we will try to arrange it in the coming scheduled regular release. That means, for example, the next release is on the 1st of December. Then we will talk with you guys to see whether you are confident or feel comfortable to release in, for example, the cutoff before the 1st of December. So if we talk about that and we think that it should be fine to be scheduled into the December release, then all the features have to be done. That means all the cars in the review box should be done before the 1st of December. Because after the first cut of the December 1st, then we will not merge any new features into it. And for those features that we are not going to be targeted on that month, will not be included or merged into the staging. I think for details, Matthew and Don will know a bit more details on that, and maybe in your internal meeting, then you and Matthew can share more about the ideas we talked about. Yeah, so I will not spend too much time, but just simply saying that we want to have some fixed dates on some features, but should be mutually agreement between the development team and product team and the countries. Determine which month we're going to release. We try our best to make it happen before the cutoff date, and then at the cutoff date, that means that all the features that are scheduled and planned into that release will be included, but all the features we are doing and working, which is not targeted at that release, will not be included in the staging. So what is the benefit of that is the PM or the QA, when you're doing this, they have no need to test, to think if either it is ready for release or not, and they need to take it out or ask you to hide it when we're going to deploy in that stage. Yeah. That's on that. So maybe if no questions, we can go ahead for the roadmap X that we will see the status and then release to the board afterwards, and then we will discuss with you which to release. Maybe Chet and Kelvin first. Chet will be first. I know that you are on busy, so that you can present yours first, and then you can take your time. Okay.
여보세요?
Chet.
Okay. Hello. So for Taiwan roadmap A, so first of all, thanks of you guys that implement the requirements for JCOS, and we finally launched a service in the beginning of this month. And as you can see from the screenshot, Winnie, can you click the screenshot?
This one or this?
Yeah, the first one. So this is the orders that we collect from the dashboard. That, as you can see, the peak for every Tuesday, it's a marketing campaign there, so there will be a peak on the order. So this is what we get in this month. And moving forward, we collect some feedbacks from JCOS, but most of the feedbacks are for operation side, and for API side, it's just need to slightly change. Winnie, can you? Okay, so the requirement is it's easy to. I think it's already there. I don't know. For our web function, we already have some callback to JCOS, such as if the order has been created and the order has been picked up by driver, or the order is completed by driver, we will have a web function and callback to JCOS. But what JCOS needs is to have two more web callback to them, which is when driver arrives at pickup location 0 and pickup location 1. So they propose that go into Collayer to have a web function to include these two locations, so that they can include it into their application and to inform their clients immediately. So the purpose is to minimize the gap between the food being delivery and the deliveries being completed. So so anyway, so the requirement is easy to just to include the
We go to this. Hey, check.
yes.
Actually, refer to the 1 month hour that's Kelvin working on the previous roadmap. He requested to add the waypoint in the API status, that is the arrive button and the timestamp. So is that enough for you to work on this improvement?
So sorry. So for the one moment fraud or something.
You don't have to call it as just call it as a another API end.
Okay. So I mean for the API to their clients, is it implemented in V0 or it's been implemented in another API? Because we are using the API V0, right? So
I could explain. We have API Visual, which is original that every countries are using, and there is another one, API Visual 0.1. You could find it out from the user profile. I mean the API user profile. You could set it. Once you set it, then you'll be able to use the waypoint attribute and the parser attributes. So then with the API V0.1, you still could use it as a previous and the one that we have implemented for the Korea Roadmap 4.
So to clarify that, you have the timestamp for each waypoint included in your Roadmap 4, right? And it's been rolled out. It's been deployed.
Somehow it's been deployed, but even then, I need to deploy again. But once driver taps on a button, I arrive at the location. The timestamp will be recorded, and the delivery state. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And the delivery status of the waypoint to be updated as well.
Okay. So I think so. We can use this. We can use this function on our production for now, right? Is it merged to Kiwi or?
We have to deploy the Kiwi.
Okay.
To the production.
So I think Taiwan will need to deploy Kiwi first. So then we have this function. Because we will not deploy the Kiwi for now. So.
It's okay that you are
doing.
on the final stage of the Kiwi, right?
Yes, it's on the final stage.
Yeah. So,
yeah, then okay, then I will try it. And
but the thing is that the latest changes, I haven't done tests yet, so I need to have some time to make tests. Or you could test too.
But if I just have a question that if I change to the other endpoint, then should I provide a new API key to clients or?
Oh, it's same. Just it's a different version.
Okay.
You could change anytime from the API user profile.
Okay. See. So okay, thanks for the information, Kevin. And for the other requirements that about pricing, I think we can just ignore this, right, Winnie?
I think it's just right, and he really wants to do that, and I think then maybe just present your ideas first, and then I can discuss with you. Because as long as this card has not yet been to the department board.
Okay, I will discuss with local team about this because we try to formulate the pricing model, but it's too complicated. So I think I will discuss with local team and to see if we can specify or formulate with this pricing things first, then maybe propose
But
it.
you still, I think you can still present your, or you can share what you faced in your country's finance team to achieve, because I think they are not really know what's the reason you need to make it to zero.
Okay, so for the JCOS project, we assign a dedicated driver to for JCOS, right? So, but and it's a pool. We have a driver pool for JCOS, but the pool may change every day and maybe hourly by operation. So it's hard to define a pricing model for each driver, because we pay the driver hourly. If the driver we assign a driver for 1 hour, then we pay him for 1 hour. If we assign him to 2 or 3 hours, then we pay him 2 or 3 hours. So it may change hourly by operation to change the driver pool. So it's hard to specify the pricing model about this in this case. So that's why we don't propose the pricing model. Instead, we do it manually now. So so this requirement is just to reduce the workload of finance, that we just simply to make the price as zero. So finance don't have to manually deduct the price by the manually. So that's the purpose of this requirement. But if it doesn't make sense, then I will talk to local team first. Yeah, but the requirement is basically just to make every orders from JCOS the price of the orders to be zero.
Okay, so we can separately to discuss whether it's we should do on this systems wise, or we can do it manually by our team, because this is only a customized version for a customer. So we will talk about this further, and I think technically it should not be a very big problem, but for reasoning, then we should discuss whether we accept this requirement or not. Okay, so let's check. If you have the other things you want to go ahead. Okay.
Okay.
Calvin, maybe your turn. I think, yeah.
Okay. This is just small changes of the legacy driver app to display the heading of the vehicle. Whenever the user has placed order, we will assign a appropriate vehicle to the order. But as a driver, they have no idea which vehicle is it, and that how the price is lower or higher. So they want to know the price is based on which vehicle. So we want to show the abbreviation of the vehicle in front of the address, so that driver is easily recognize the price with the vehicle type at the same time. So we could prevent any of mistaken order by the driver. And this is actually available on Driver App 2.0 and has been requested for. It has been requested last year. It's already been a year, but still we don't have it. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay. Any questions from Java team? Java? Or you need more time to look?
Yeah, I need to take a look on this one.
Okay. Anyhow, I will share this link to you guys so that you can have a look after the meeting. Okay. What's the other one? China?
I think Alex can go for it, because the Chinese robot task, the server one, is really good to me. It's like actually on top.
Oh, okay.
No, on top. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait. All right, I'll go for it. Sorry. Okay. There are two tasks for China. The first one is to have a corporate marketing site for Figo, because there have been a lot of feedback from the China marketing team. They said they will like to have a dedicated page to promote the corporate to pitch the corporate plan. And it's actually quite simple. I think I talked to Michael about that. We will have a corporate site under Figo domain. And one thing to add is that they want to have a blogging feature.
I remember they have another one. Is it Weibo something?
Yeah, I think so too, but the blogging feature for the website is a bit different. They want to enhance an SEO feature. Because the reason behind is that they can have the blog under the Figo domain, and for each blog it can help to improve their SEO rating. Because they think
So the China team is actually looking at the SEO also.
yeah, correct. Because they said the Baidu web, like they crawl like all the words, all the keywords. So if we can have the blogging feature in the Figo domain, they think it will help improving the search rating. I've actually attached the wireframe for the LinkedIn corporate site on LinkedIn industry. We hope to have that become mobile responsive. So the one on the left is what you will see on desktop, and the one on the right and the one on the below is the responsive design. This is the basic wireframe. It will be like one page design. So on top there will be a navigation bar. You will break the website into like 4 different sections. First, we'll talk about the user case, the case study. The other we'll talk about product like the university or corporate media or whatever. The third will be the blogging feature. So when you click that tab, it will direct you to the blogger tab. The fourth is the Explore tab. So when you click the Explore tab, then you will see a drop list, and you can choose going back to the Figo page to a Q&A and or the company about us, the company side. Section right on the right top corner. One will be directing you to the recruiting corporate website where you can log in and place order. And the other button will be, once you click it, it will direct you to the bottom. Then you have to fill in the form so we can collect the history information. And so I think basically the website has 3 levels. The one on the left is the first level, which is the home page, and the one on the third one, that one, is the second level. Is like when you click user study, then you will see a different user case inside, and when you click that, it goes to the third level, which is the detail of the section. Like if you click, let's say, user case number 1, and you will direct to that page, which is user case. And on the right, we'll have the take reference to our competitor design. On the right, we'll have the form that while the visitor is browsing our content, they can leave the information that we, our sales representative, can provide.
So you were thinking that it will stay on the same page and changing that part only, is it? Or you are thinking it's another page?
To another page. It will be another page. If you can zoom in closer. Okay, so you can see the domain actually, the URL actually changed. So this will be 企业, and this will be 企业 section 1, which is the level, the second level, and this will be the third level. And we hope to have that covered with the responsive design as well. So that's the responsive design that I have. And I think even we can change it a bit for those years. And the second task that we have for China is built on top of Singapore's Roman 7. Singapore Roman 7 is they have some kind of progressive order feature. So like the order will put to the first driver pool, and after a certain wait time, they will push to the second driver pool, something like that. So we want to push it further. Instead of having it convertible at the back end, we want to have the feature enabled on the front end. So the user can actually choose if they want to push the order to that driver pool or push to the platform. Let me rephrase a little bit. So the Singapore number 7 feature is that the order will go to driver pool 1, the first driver pool, and then push to second driver pool, and that's it, right? And we want to push it further. We want to, after going through all the driver pools, we want to have it be available to all drivers on the platform. So the Singapore one is driver pool 1, driver pool 2, the second driver pool. And then we will have the order available to all drivers after, let's say, the certain time period. And we also have that, we want to have the option available on the front end. So the user can say, oh, I want to place the order and send to the dedicated driver, immediate driver, the first or second driver pool. And the other option is that they can place the order, and after a certain time, it will be picked up by other drivers outside the driver pool, which is. So there will be two notifications be triggered. The first is that when the order is placed, and the other one is after a certain period of time, the order is being pushed to the platform, which is all the drivers.
Does that mean that the user is able to see the driver pool in Rakuten CZ? If they select driver pool 1, do you expect them to know which driver are in?
Actually, they don't select which driver pool. There are two options. One is you place order and send an order to driver pool driver, including driver pool 1 or driver pool 7.
Okay.
And the other option is that you place the order, and after a certain period of time, it's not picked up, the order will be available to all the drivers.
Okay.
Is it like per order setting or per organization setting?
The feature is an organization feature. So for all branches or all users under the organization, they could have that feature. But the order is, whether the order is pushed to all drivers is order it's based on the order itself. Here you go. Yeah, that's pretty much for the second task.
It's all right. So I'll pass to the Singapore one.
This one's very simple. Just have to the finance team need to do something for the full address. So they just want to add a field in the order request they found from the CSV file. So they just want to add a field for the full address for the reference to the finance report. So and we have the price for driver, but since we want to rename it for the price to the driver price to clarify to the understand. Since we have the custom price, so we want to change the price to the driver price.
Apply to Google.
Yeah. I need to ask.
Huh?
I need to confirm with the other people. And the
Second request.
yeah, the second request, since we don't have, we have the global enterprise for Ashley, so for the CSS, we need to identify the order from the client for the app or for the corporate order. So they need to add a field on the dashboard to select the branch to make sure that is to tell that this is a corporate order. So we want other bunch, they could be able to select the organization to get the, to make sure that is the corporate order. And we want to add that to the CS panel also. Is it possible to make it CS panel?
I don't like that. What? I thought like a while ago we talked about allowing CS to log into Raccoon City and place any orders for any organizations. Is that possible?
I think it's possible with no one outside. Just like they log in as a user.
So,
There's login.
so which means the option 2, which means is that before they log in, they could choose the organization. Right? We create a like master account for the CS. Once before they log in, they could choose the organization, which organization it is.
Maybe I'll tell you how we actually do a testing. We change organization on the admin panel for the user and we test on the same account. So we refresh it, it will go to another organization. So as long as the order is not related to the user itself, the order will not switch together with the user, that is fine. Then all the CS can log in with one email like gogo.hk, and then they switch organization on the admin panel.
On the admin panel.
Yes.
Maybe you could provide a CS version of Raccoon City, which provide the feature European Raccoon City to switch organization.
Yeah.
Also,
So CS
But-
Raccoon City.
I think we need to make sure that when switching organization, they won't bring all the orders to the other organization also.
Fork the version with it, Raccoon City
sure
to make
that-
a Raccoon City of CS,
That's fine.
which CS feature like. switch
Then all the
organization.
users can, all the
So they
CS can
always
use the
certain
Raccoon
CC
City
Raccoon City.
as the UI. As long as all the feature they need is on RC, it's on the Raccoon City.
I don't know. Also, I would, okay. So what this one only applies to the backend, and we will talk about later.
Yeah, sure.
Start up. Good. Good.
That's all for our warm-up right now because Hong Kong, not yet, maybe need to wait for later on. So anything else, how do you want to say?
When are we planning to start development?
Let me see, because we're now in the development 7 and should be 2 days. And let me see, I guess should be at least 1 week afterwards because you can see 1 7 still a lot of them are still in 2 weeks. Yeah,
So
1 week
we'll
or
spend
2 weeks.
next week still on 7 and then.
Yeah, next week and we will see the status if still a lot of them to do them. We don't want to tie everything together. So we will maybe just 1 week afterwards. Yeah, so before we go ahead to the next, we go to ahead to the development report, the NPM will still study and will discuss with the development team to see which things should be fine-tuned or fine-tune and develop and create the task for other teams. Okay, so I think today is done. Anything from the Google Hangouts? Yeah, if no, then Adam, please help to tell them about our schedule on the release cycle. And then if you have any questions or feedback to him and Matthew so that we can discuss afterwards. Okay, okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Talk with you later on.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What next?
Everyone talk to my Twitter.
Please send me